Hello students, welcome to C classes. Let us begin with concept number 4, that is how to solve the quadratic equations by using quadratic formula. So let me derive the expression for quadratic formula first and also decide upon the nature of roots, how to decide the nature of roots, and then we will start solving the numericals. So how to derive the expression for quadratic formula? The method used is completing square method. Even though it is discarded from your current syllabus, we have to use the completing square method to derive the expression for quadratic formula. So let us see how to do that. Consider the equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Divide the whole equation by coefficient of x square, that is a, x square plus b by a plus x equals 0, x square plus 2 by 2 b by a x plus c by a equals 0, x square plus 2 times b by 2a x plus b by 2a the whole square minus 2b by 2a the whole square plus c by a equals 0. So what I have done here basically is, I have tried to express this into a plus b the whole bracket square, x plus b by 2a the whole bracket square. If we expand that, this is what we get here. So x plus b by 2a the whole square equals, transpose these two on that side, transpose it, which is b by 2a the whole square minus c by a. So x plus b by 2a the whole square equals b square by 4a square minus c by a. So x plus equals, what is the LCM here? 4a square. So here I get b square minus 4, a cancels, a c. Therefore x plus b by 2a equals plus or minus under root of, this is what we get, isn't it? Now continue. So let us solve this. Equals plus or minus b square minus 4ac divided by 4a square comes out as 2a. Okay. Now you transpose this that side. X equals minus b by 2a plus or minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. X equals, take LCM as 2a. Here we get minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac. So this formula is called quadratic formula. This is called quadratic formula. How to get the two values? Therefore the two values of x are, therefore roots or zeros are x equals minus b plus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, or x equals minus b minus under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So this is one value of x, this is the other value of x. This is how we get the quadratic formula. First you note down, and this particular portion under root of b square minus 4ac, whatever that is there inside the under root, a particular name is there for that. First you note it down, and then I will discuss the quadratic formula and the nature of roots. First of all, uh, I derived the expression for quadratic formula by computing square method. This is called computing square method. Why it is called computing square method is I wanted to convert the given given equation in the form of a plus b the whole square and then find out a plus b and then find the value of x over here. This is called computing square method and this is the quadratic formula. Henceforth, for solving all the numericals, instead of splitting the middle term, I am going to use this formula. There are two values here and from the extract the values of ABC, populate the values of ABC from the given equation, substitute and get the values. First note it down and then I will discuss once again the quadratic formula and its components. So let me write the quadratic formula once again. What is quadratic formula? X equals minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a. This formula is called quadratic formula. Here something is important inside this root. It is called the discriminant. Discriminant d equals b square minus 4ac. Please remember, discriminant under root of b square minus 4ac, under root whatever that algebraic expression is there, that algebraic expression is called the discriminant and it is represented by capital D. So capital D equals b square minus 4ac. What is the significance of this discriminant? See, if you are given a quadratic equation, based on the discriminant, based on the discriminant, we will be able to tell whether the values for x exist or not. Are you able to understand here? That means whether the roots exist or not. Basically, when I mean by roots exist, these are basically the real numbers, and whether the real values for a given quadratic equation exist or not. Simply I will tell you whether you have a x value available or not is what this discriminant tells about. So that is called nature of roots here. So that also I will discuss in this session. Nature of roots. Nature of roots. Roots means value of x. Whether values of x are real numbers or not is indicated by D here, discriminant. How it is so? There are three cases here. Case number one. Case number one. If D equals 0 implies b square minus 4ac equals 0, then roots exist. If d equals 0, roots exist. What kind of roots here? Real and equal roots. Real and equal roots exist. What type of roots exist? X will have a real numbers because our objective is to solve for x. So x will have real numbers and also both the values of x are same here. That is called real and equal. So what are these values? Here I will just work out. See here, x equals minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a. If we obtain d is equal to 0 or b square minus 4ac equals 0, then this entire part will be 0, under root of 0 will be 0, therefore minus b by 2a is the only root that exists for x. Therefore I will say x has minus b by 2a comma minus b by 2a, because there are two values which we should get to in order to form the quadratic equation. Say for example, one of the values is something like 3 for example. With x minus 3, x is equal to 3 here, means x minus 3 equals 0. With only one value would you be able to form the quadratic equation? Not possible, no? So I should have one more expression something like this, x minus 3 equals 0, meaning x minus 3 into x minus 3 equals 0. And therefore we require the two values for x here basically, and when the discriminant inside here is 0, under root of 0 is 0, the two values for the x are minus b by 2a. How do you write that one? X equals minus b by 2a comma minus b by 2a, meaning the same values for x. Therefore, I have written the roots are real, meaning real numbers, and they are equal. Therefore, roots are x equals minus b by 2a comma minus b by 2a. I hope you have understood how to get these values. So if the discriminant is 0, by calculation if you check it, directly I can find out the two roots, because the entire this equation gets simplified and I can easily find the value of x. Case number 1 over. Next, case number 2. If d is greater than 0 implies p square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then what type of roots exist? Roots exist, meaning you can find the value of x in terms of real numbers. So roots exist which are real and distinct. Something like x equals minus 3, x equals 4. Many times we obtain the solutions of x in these values, isn't it? Many times. So here these are real numbers, but both are distinct here, meaning both are different here. So roots exist. If d is greater than 0, roots exist, and both are real and distinct. Real and distinct means the value of x will be a real number, and both the values of the x are different. And therefore we say real and distinct roots exist. So third case. Okay, in this case, how do you find the roots here? Therefore roots are given by x equals minus b by 2 minus b plus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, or x equals you can say and also, and x equals minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So these are the two roots for x. Will it be different values? Yes. Once we are adding this entire term, and here we are subtracting this term. Therefore, there exist two values for x, but which are distinct. Case number 3. If d is less than 0, the meaning of less than 0 is d has a negative value. The meaning of d less than 0 means d can take negative values. But you already know under root of d square minus 4ac, which equals under root of d, which equals under root of negative value, it is not acceptable, because no real roots exist. Check whether it is possible to find out the square root of a negative number. Not possible. Check with your calculator also. It shows error. The meaning here is under root of negative numbers, it is not possible to obtain. Meaning real roots do not exist. Means what? Real numbers do not exist for x. So in that case, what are the roots? We call them imaginary numbers or imaginary roots basically. And how to represent imaginary numbers, you will be studying in PUC first year as well as in CBSE class 11th. And therefore I will say, if the discriminant is less than 0, the value of d becomes negative. Under root of negative number, meaning real roots do not exist, meaning x cannot have real numbers. X cannot have real numbers. So what will have x in that case? We say as the real roots do not exist, we say imaginary roots exist. I hope it is very clear. Real roots do not exist, and the values of x are imaginary. in that case it is not possible to solve the quadratic equation. We have to say real roots do not exist and hence we cannot solve that. This is how we have to write the answer for the question if at all that way comes in. Okay, that's fine. So case 3, if d is less than 0 implies b square minus 4ac is less than 0, meaning b square minus 4ac equals negative values, then real roots do not exist. Therefore, roots are imaginary, and quadratic equation cannot be solved. That means you need not solve the quadratic equation at all. So these are the 3 cases. So based on the discriminant, it is possible to assess whether the values of x exist or not, and whether we can be able to solve the quadratic equation or not. If by just checking the discriminant, if it is equal to 0 or greater than 0, then only we can solve the quadratic equation and you can get the values of x in terms of real numbers. Suppose if discriminant is less than 0, meaning b square minus 4ac value, if you get negative, then under root of negative number is not possible. Therefore we say the real roots do not exist, whereas the roots are imaginary, hence we cannot solve the quadratic equation. So this is how we decide upon the nature of roots. So conceptually I have covered everything now. Straight away I will take up the numericals and see 2 numericals I will take where before solving we check the nature of roots first, and if I obtain d either greater than 0 or greater than or equal to 0, then only I will solve it. If I get d less than 0, then it is not possible to solve. So 2 such examples first I will take, and then I will randomly pick up the questions, word numericals as well as some quadratic equations. We will try to solve by using only quadratic formula. Henceforth I will be using quadratic formula for solving the numericals, whether word numericals or quadratic equations. So please note it down. Here, find roots if exists, meaning I will try to find out the nature of the roots and then decide whether the roots exist or not. That is based upon discriminant d. Exercise number 4.3, find the roots of the following quadratic equations if they exist by a method of completing square. As I said in my earlier class also, method of completing square numericals I will be taking and solving the same by applying the quadratic formula. Let me take up the first question here. Exercise 4.3 first question. Exercise 4.3 first question. 2x square minus 7x, 2x square minus 7x plus 3 equals 0. 2x square minus 7x plus 3 equals 0. Before I try to find out the value of x by using quadratic formula, I would like to check whether the roots exist or not. Meaning, let me check the nature of roots. So here, on comparing this equation with ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, I can get the value of a as 2, b as minus 7 and c as 3. And therefore, find out the discriminant d equals b square minus 4ac, which equals minus 7 the whole square minus 4 times 2 into 3, which equals 49 minus 4 to the 8, 3 to the 24, and which equals 9 minus 4, 5, 4 minus 2, 2, 25 I am getting. So therefore, as d is greater than 0, is it not? As d is greater than 0, real roots exist. Real roots exist. And therefore I can solve this equation now. Is it not? See here, it is 25, d value is 25. Therefore I can very well say the roots for this quadratic equation exist, which are real numbers. And therefore I will solve them. What is the question? Find roots if exist. Yes, D has confirmed that the real roots exist for this. Let me solve by quadratic formula. So what is quadratic formula? As it is greater than 0, it is not equal to 0, greater than 0, real roots exist. But what kind of real roots exist here? If you look at case 2, I said if D is greater than 0, real and distinct roots exist, isn't it? So let us find out now whether we get the same or not. So ABC we know already the value here, x equals minus b, quadratic formula, I am using quadratic formula, plus or minus so x equals minus of b value minus 7. First step, substitute everything without solving, and b square already I have worked out here. What is that one? B square minus 4ac 25. So I can take directly that 25 divided by 2 times a, 2 times 2. So I will work out here, x equals plus or x equals minus of, see here, minus of minus 7, 7, plus or minus under root of 25 is 5, divided by 2 a is nothing but 4. Therefore, x equals 7 plus 5 by 4, which is equal to 12 by 4, which equals 3, and x equals 7 minus 5 by 4, which equals 2 by 4, which equals 1 by 2. Therefore, x equals 3 comma 1 by 2 are the roots. Let me check the answer. 4.3 it is. Yeah, half and 3 here. X equals 3 and half. This is how we can solve the quadratic equations using quadratic formula. I hope you are understanding what I am doing over here. As I had worked out b square minus 4ac as 25, simply I substituted the value of b square minus 4ac as 25 under root of 25. So I am getting x equals 3 and half here, isn't it? Okay, let me take up another problem now. Yeah, we will take one more problem. Second one, exercise 4.3, second one, 2x square plus x minus 4 equals 0. Comparing this with ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, I can find the value of a as 2, b is 1, c equals minus 4. So let me work out d equals b square minus 4ac, which equals 1 the whole square minus 4 times 2 times minus 4, which equals 1 minus of minus plus 4 4s are 16, 2s are 32, which is 33. Therefore, as d is greater than 0, roots are real and distinct. I have concluded. So let me check whether it is correct or not. Use the quadratic formula. Now, how to find out the roots? Let us check now. X equals minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac the whole divided by 2a, which equals minus of minus b here 1 plus or minus under root of 33 divided by 2 times 2, isn't it? Which equals minus 1 plus or minus under root of 33 divided by 4. So what are the two values of x here? Therefore, x equals minus 1 minus root 33 divided by 4, and x equals minus 1 plus 33 plus under root 33 by 4. So these are the two roots that exist. Let me check whether it is correct or not. It is correct. Minus 1 plus root 33 by 4 and minus 1 minus root 33 by 4. This is how you can calculate. Now I will take one more typical example where d will become less than 0. In that case, it is not possible to work out, isn't it? Let us check it now. Yeah, let me take one more example, which is the third in the same exercise 4.3, third question. 4x square plus 4 root 3 x. By comparing this with ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, I get the value of a as 4 and b as 4 root 3 and c as 3 here. Let me check up d here, which is b square minus 4ac, which is 4 root 3 the whole square minus 4 times 4 into 3, which equals 16 3s are 48 minus 4 for the 16, 4 for the 16 3 48. Is it right? This is 4 4 root 3, 16 into 3 48. Okay, so this is 4 times a is 4, c is 3, 48, which equals 0. Is it right? So let me check this. A is 4, b is 4 root 3, c is 3, b square minus 4 is 4 root 3. It is correct. So if discriminant is 0, therefore as d equals 0, roots are real and equal. Roots are real and equal. If so, let me check it now. Roots are given by x equals minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now, under root of b square minus 4ac is 0 here, and therefore which equals minus b by 2a, because under root of b square minus 4ac equals under root of 0 equals 0 here, and therefore x equals minus b by 2a. What is minus b by 2a? Minus 4 root 3 by 2 times a, 8, comma minus 4 root 3 by 8. This is the answer for this. Yeah, further simplify, which equals minus root 3 by 2, minus root 3 by 2, comma minus root 3 by 2. So this is the answer. Both are same. I mean, if the discriminant is 0, then the roots are real and equal, and therefore this is the value. Okay. Let me take one more example now. Please note down. Pause the videos and go on noting down. Every time I did not tell that. Yeah, let me take one more problem now. Fourth one, 2x square plus x plus 4 equals 0. Fourth one, 2x square plus x plus 4 equals 0. By comparing with ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, I get a equals 2, b equals 1, c equals 4. Therefore, d equals b square minus 4ac, which equals 1 the whole square minus 4 times 2 into 4, which equals 1 minus 4 for the 16 to the 32, which is minus 31 here. So, as d is less than 0, real roots do not exist, or no roots exist. Also I can write real roots do not exist, and roots are imaginary. Roots are imaginary. That's all. Under root of minus 31, use calculator and check whether you will be able to find out under root of minus 31. See here, negative numbers, how do you express basically? Under root of 31 here, isn't it? See, just to give you an example, it is not possible to calculate. The roots are imaginary. Imaginary roots also can be found out by using iota method. So what is that iota? I square equals minus 1. I equals under root of minus 1. So under root of minus 31 can be written as under root of 31 into under root of minus 1, which equals root of 31, and under root of minus 1 is basically I over here. So this is called iota root of 31. So this is how we express. If we get some roots under negative roots under the root, negative numbers under the square root, then the roots are imaginary. Imaginary roots are indicated by iota symbol. Iota is nothing but I square is minus 1, I equals minus root 1. So minus root 31, how will you represent it? Root 31 into root minus 1, iota times root 31. So such kinds of roots we are not dealing in 10th standard. Only in the 11th standard we are going to find out. In 11th standard also we are going to have the same quadratic equations. Okay, there is a small segment which is related to the quadratic equations, where you have to find out the roots, whether those are imaginary or real. Imaginary roots, you have to use the symbol iota there. Anyway, for the time being, I hope you are understanding how to find out the roots based on the nature basically. So if you can calculate the nature of the roots by calculating the discriminant, it is very easy to tell whether the real roots exist or not. Only if d is greater than or equal to 0, you need to find out the values of x. If it is less than 0, the roots are imaginary and hence it is not possible to find out the values of x there, isn't it? So let me pick up some numericals from your textbook now, and let's see how to solve those things. Yeah, this is for question number 4. See here, this question number 4 is from exercise 4.3 here, okay? Yeah. The sum of reciprocals of Rahman's ages in years 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1.3. Find the present age. Isn't it? Let's see how to solve this numerical. Okay. Given here is the sum of reciprocals of Rahman's ages 3 years ago and 5 years from now is 1/3. Find the present age. Let the present age of Rahman equals x years. Three years ago, Rahman's age x minus 3. 5 years hence, Rahman's age equals x plus 5. Sum of reciprocals equals 1/3. Quite simple. Sum of the reciprocals of his age. Sum of reciprocals of the Rahman's age 3 years ago and 5 years hence is equal to 3/5. Meaning 1/x minus 3 plus 1/x plus 5 equals 1/3. That is what it says. The sum of reciprocals of Rahman's age 3 years ago, which is 1/x minus 3, and 5 years from now, which is 1 divided by x plus 5 is equal to 1/3. So sum of reciprocals 1 divided by x minus 3, 1 divided by x plus 5 equals 1/3. LCM x minus 3 into x plus 5. So x plus 5 plus x minus 3 equals 1/3 implies 2x plus 2, 2x plus 2, 5 minus 3 is 2, 2x, x into x, x square, x into 5x minus 3x minus 15 equals 1/3. Implies 2x plus 2 into 3 equals x square, 5x minus 3x is 2x, x square plus 2x minus 15 implies 6x plus 6 minus okay. Transpose all these that side. X square plus 2x minus 15 minus 6x minus 6 equals 0. Okay. So x square 2x minus 6x minus 4x minus 15 minus 6 minus 21 equals 0. comparing this with ax square plus bx plus c equals 0, a equals 1, b equals minus 4, c equals minus 21. So x equals, by quadratic formula, minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, which equals minus of minus 4 plus or minus under root of minus 4 times 1 times minus 21, the whole divided by 2 into 1. Minus of minus plus 4 plus or minus under root of 16 minus of minus plus 84, the whole divided by 2, which equals 4 plus or minus under root of 100 divided by 2. Isn't it? Which equals 4 plus or minus 10 divided by 2. Therefore, x equals 4 plus 10 by 2, which equals 14 by 2, which equals 7, or x equals 4 minus 10 by 2, which equals minus 6 by 2, which is minus 3 here. What is x here? The present age of Rahman. X negative, see, minus 3 cannot be the age because the negative value. Therefore, age cannot be negative, hence x is equal to minus 3 is discarded. X equals minus 3 is discarded. Why? As age cannot be negative. As age cannot be negative. Therefore, x equals 7. So, Rahman's present age is 7. Therefore, Rahman's present age equals 7 years. Let me check whether it is correct or not. 4. Yeah, x is equal to 7 years. It is correct. So, I hope you are understanding how easy it is to solve the quadratic equations using quadratic formula. It's all only calculations where under root of something if you get, you should be able to get a good perfect square number, then the calculations will be pretty much easier. So note it down please. We will go to the next problem. In a class test, sum of Shefali's marks in mathematics and English is 30. Isn't it? Marks in mathematics and English is sum is 30. Had she got 2 marks more in mathematics and 3 marks less in English, the product of their marks would have been 210. Find her marks in the 2 subjects. See here, if the marks in mathematics is x, what is the marks in English? 30 minus x. I can take only single variable or I can take pretty much 2 variables also. See, marks in English, mathematics is x and in English is y, x plus y is equal to 30. Finally, I can convert it into a single variable. But let's see how to solve this one now. Okay. So let us study now. In a class test, the sum of Shefali marks in mathematics and English is 30. I am using 2 variables here and finally convert it into single variable. Let us see how to solve that one. So this is question number 5. Example exercise 4.3 I think. Marks in maths. Let marks in math be x, marks in English be y. Sum is equal to x plus y is equal to 30. Therefore, y is equal to 30 minus x. Keep this 1. Now, had she got 2 marks more in mathematics, according to question, had she got 2 marks more in maths, meaning x plus 2, and 3 marks less in English, y minus 3, the product of their marks would have been 210. Y minus 3 would have been 210. Here, had she got 2 marks more in maths and 3 marks less in English, then their product would have been 210. So let us solve this one now. X into y, xy minus 3x plus 2y minus 6 equals 210. So xy minus 3x plus 2y minus 6 minus 210 equals 0. So this is xy minus 3x plus 2y minus 216 equals 0. Now how do you solve? See, very interesting. Here y is basically, I have to change it to x basically. See here, it is by substitution method. I am substituting y equals 30 minus x in case of this equation. So this is 2 here. I hope you are understanding. I am substituting the value of y 30 minus x here. Therefore, x into 30 minus x minus 3x plus 2 times 30 minus x minus 216 equals 0. 30x minus x square minus 3x plus 60 minus 2x minus 216 equals 0 here. So it is correct. 30x minus x square minus 3x 60 2x 216 equals 0. So what should we do now? Minus x square, x all consolidated, 30x minus 3x 27x minus 2x 25x plus 25x, constant 60 minus 216, 216 minus 60, 6 5 1 minus 156 minus 156 equals 0. Transpose everything that side to get x square as positive, implies x square minus 25x plus 156 equals 0. Isn't it? Now, I don't know whether this equation is correct or not. If this equation is correct, we'll get the correct answer. Okay, now let's see. So, x square minus 25x plus 156 equals 0. I am comparing this with ax square plus bx plus c equals 0 in order to obtain value of a as 1, b as minus 25 and c equals 156. Okay, find out the value of x sum. Therefore, by quadratic formula, x equals minus b plus or minus divided by 2a, which equals minus of minus 25 plus or minus under root of minus 25 the whole square minus 4 times 1 times 156. The whole divided by 2. 2 into 1 is 2. Fine. Which equals minus of minus 25 plus or minus under root of 25 square is 625 minus 624. Yeah, good. We should get numbers like this, which is 2. So 25 plus or minus under root of 1 by 2, isn't it? Which is nothing but 25 plus or minus 1 divided by 2. Therefore, the two values of x are x equals 25 plus 1 by 2, which is 26 by 2, which is 13, or x equals 25 minus 1 by 2, which equals 24 by 2, which is 12. My God, we have to see here, if x is 12, then y will get 30 minus, yeah, it is correct only. X is equal to 13 is also possible, 12 is also possible. Therefore, let me take the two cases here. Please listen very carefully. You have got x has two values here. Is it right? If x has two values, then we have to have two cases. Let's see case 1, case 2. Case 1. X equals 13 implies marks in maths 13 and English x plus y is equal to 30 minus x. 30 minus 30, how much it is? 17. Correct? 20, okay. Now case 2. X equals 12, math equals 12, English 30 minus 12, which is 18. This is what the answer. So I hope you know how to solve. Listen students, you can work out in single variable also, it is possible, but you must ensure that by taking two variables it is easier to understand. Otherwise formation of the equations could be a little bit difficult. I hope you understand how to do this. Let me take the next one. Yeah, let us solve this one. diagonal of a rectangular field is 60 meter more than the shorter side. If the longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter side, find the sides of the field. Let's solve this one now. Let us solve this problem, sixth one. What is that problem, sixth one? Diagonal of a rectangular field is diagonal of a rectangular field is this diagonal is 60 more than the shorter side. So let x be the shorter side. So this will be 60 more than the shorter side means meter. This is x meter. And if the longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter side, the longer side is 30 meter more than the shorter side. Okay, find the sides of the field. Apply Pythagoras theorem, you will get the answer here. Is it right? So let's see here. I'll just only form the quadratic equation and try to solve this one very quickly, because there are so many numericals. If I solve 5 numericals, you must solve 10 numericals. That should be the attitude. Fine here. The diagonal of the rectangular field is 60 meter more than the shorter side, and longer side is also 30 meter more than the shorter side. So shorter side is x here, x plus 60, x plus 30. By Pythagoras theorem, x plus 60 the whole square equals x plus 30 the whole square plus x square. So x square plus R0 plus 120x equals x square plus 900 plus 60x plus 60x plus x square. So this x square cancels here, and what is left is one more x square is left over here. Transpose everything to that side. So x square plus 900 plus 60x minus 3600, 120x is equal to 0 here. So x square 60x minus 120x minus 60x, 3600 minus 900, 3600 900 0 0 19 5 9 7 2700 minus 2700 equals 0. This should be your equation. So solve this by quadratic formula, you will get the answer. Isn't it? So I'll go to the next problem now. Okay. Yeah. Let us take the seventh question. Seventh here. Difference of squares of two numbers is 180. Dear students, difference of squares. What do you mean by that? If x and y are the two numbers, the difference will be x square minus y square. So in that case, one should be larger, one should be smaller. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. Square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. I think I have solved of this one, difference of two numbers. Okay, let me take now, seventh one. Yeah, let us see, the problem is difference of squares of two numbers is 180. I am assuming let the two numbers be x and y. Finally substitute in order to get in single variable. So question number I put. What is the question number? 7. Let the two numbers be x and y. According to question, difference of x and y such that x is greater than y. Okay. So difference is therefore x square minus y square. Difference in squares. Therefore x square minus y square equals 180. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. So here what should we find out? Y square equals x square minus 180. Mark this one. Square of the smaller number is, where is the smaller number? Y. Square of the smaller number is, according to question, square of the smaller number is, y square is 8 times the larger number, 8 times larger number x. It is not square here. According to question, square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Smaller is y, square equals 8 times larger is x, 8x. Is it right? Okay. Find the two numbers. This is 2. Substitute 2 in 1. Substitute 2 in 1. What is this? Y square is equal to 8x. 8x equals x square minus 180. Therefore, x square minus 8x, transpose that side, equals 0. Comparing with ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. A equals 1, b equals minus 8, c equals minus 180. Is that it? So let us solve this one. X equals plus or minus b, plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay, minus of minus 8, which is plus 8. I am taking shortcut here. B square minus 4ac, 64 minus 4 times a is 1, c is minus 180. Minus 180. The whole divided by 2 times a is 1. So 2. 8 plus or minus 64 under root of 64 minus of minus plus 720 divided by 2, which equals 8 plus or minus under root of 4, 8, 7 by 2, which equals, can we increase the fan speed? Therefore, 8 plus or minus under root of 784 plus 2. Isn't it? Now, what is the square root of 784? Just a moment. What is the square root of 784? Under root 784 is 28. Therefore, 8 plus or minus 28 by 2. Isn't it? So, what are the two values of x there? Therefore, x equals 8 plus 28 by 2, which is 36 by 2, 18, or x equals 8 minus 28 by 2, which equals minus 20 by 2, which is minus 10. Which one you will discard now? Which one you will discard? Minus 10. Why you will discard? Basically because we are considering the two numbers. Just a moment. Difference of squares of two numbers is 180. X square minus y square is equal to 180 minus 10. Possible. I think we can take this also. It is possible. Let me check the answer here. Let me check the answer. So here, as x is equal to minus 10 is negative, I will discard it. Let me write here now. So, greater number equals how much? X equals 18. Now smaller number we will calculate. How do we calculate the smaller number? Smaller number equals y is equal to this one. We'll 144. So y is equal to plus or minus under root of 144. Y equals plus or minus 12. Y equals minus 12 is discarded. Therefore, y is equal to 12 is accepted. Therefore, finally the numbers are x is equal to 18 and y equals 12 is the answer. Please note it down. Please hold the textbook in front of you, because all these five numericals I will read here and once for all form the equations. Okay. So 7th already done. A train travels 360 km at uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. We'll solve the 8th one. Let the speed of the train x kilometers per hour, increased speed x plus 5 kilometers per hour, distance travelled equals 360 kilometer. So according to question, okay, according to question, if the speed of the train had been 5 kilometers per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the journey. So according to question, what I'll do here, the time here, this is basically formula. Distance upon speed. So therefore, let t1 be the time to cover 360 km with the speed x, and let t2 be the time to cover same 360 km with increased speed x plus 5 hours. Is that it? The difference of these two timings is basically 1 hour. So the difference is 1 hour. How do you obtain the difference? Is basically difference cannot be negative. So out of this, which is greater number, t1 or t2? Put randomly x is equal to 10 here. Here 10 it is, here 15 here. Therefore, more denominator, smaller number. t1 is greater, t2 is smaller. Therefore, t1 minus t2 equals 1 hour. The difference is 1 hour. So 360 divided by x minus 360 divided by x plus 5 equals 1. So therefore, we will form the equation now. What is the LCM? X into x plus 5. Here 360 x plus 5 minus 360x equals 1. So 360x plus 360 into 5 minus 360x, the whole divided by x square plus 5x equals 1. 360x, 360x. So it will equals x square plus 5x. Therefore, x square plus 5x, the equation formed here is x square plus 5x minus 1800 equals 0. This is the equation which you have to solve and get the value. Okay, fine. We'll go to the next one. You have to solve using quadratic formula. You please solve yourself. You may get two values. One could be a negative value. In that case, discard the negative value of the speed, because speed cannot be negative. Hence, you can discard the negative value. Accept the positive value. So let us solve the next question. Okay. Two water taps together can fill a tank in 9 integer 3 by 8 hours. Tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time in which each tap can fill the tank separately. So there are two pipes here, larger diameter, smaller diameter. The tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one. So let the time taken by smaller diameter pipe be x. Time taken by the larger diameter will be x minus 10 here. So that way we will solve it. Okay, let's solve this one. Yeah, let us solve this one. 9th one. Tap programs, already I have solved this, but once again let me take it. Okay. Time taken to fill tank by larger, first I will take smaller dia pipe. By smaller dia pipe or tap it is, larger diameter tap, smaller dia tap equals x. Minutes or hours? Hours. So time taken to fill the tank by smaller dia tap is x hours. So larger will take x minus 10. So by larger dia tap will take x minus 10 hours because it's bigger diameter. Definitely it will take lesser time than the smaller diameter. Okay. Next is both put together. Both the taps together equals 9 integer 3 by 8 hours, which is equal to 75 divided by 8. Okay, so many hours. So what is that you have to calculate here? Portion of the tank filled by all these things in 1 hour. In 1 hour, portion of the tank filled by smaller tap equals 1 by x, by larger tap equals 1 by x minus 10. Both taps, by both taps is equal to 1 divided by 75 by 8, which is 8 by 75, isn't it? Therefore 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 10 equals 8 by 75. This is what we are going to work out. Now LCM. LCM x into x minus 10. So this is x minus 10 plus x equals 8 by 75. So this is 2x minus 10 divided by x square minus 10x equals 8 by 75. 150x minus 750 equals 8x square minus 80x. That side 8x square minus 80x minus 150x plus 750 equals 0. Now you should be correct now. 8x square minus 230x, correct or not? 150 plus 50, 200 plus 30, 230 plus 750 equals 0. Now what is the common here now? 2 I will take first. 4x square plus 2 ones are 2 5s are x plus 2 3s are 6, 15, 2 7s are 40, 2 5s are 30. So I am getting 4x square plus 115x plus 375 equals 0. Let me check whether it is the correct equation or not. Yeah, fine. I think it's correct only. You solve this equation to find out the answers, and if at all you get negative value, time cannot be negative, you have to discard it. Otherwise you can solve for the next here. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Let us solve the 10th one, the train problem. Let average speed of passenger train equals x kilometers per hour. What is the speed of express train? 11 kilometers more than. So average speed of express train is x plus 11 kilometers per hour. Distance 132 kilometer. So time for passenger train T1 equals 132 kilometer divided by speed x, time taken by express train to cover 132 kilometer is T2, 132 divided by x plus 11. What he has given, the difference between these two is 1 hour. He has given 1 hour more, 1 hour less. The difference is 1 hour. Which is greater? Take x is equal to 10 here. This is 10. This is 10 plus 11. This is x here. Please remember this is x here. So if I take randomly x is equal to 10, you can pick any value just to understand whether T1 is greater or T2 is greater. Let me put x is equal to 10 here. Here it is 10 plus 1, 11, 21. 10, 21. This is smaller, this is bigger. Therefore, according to question, T2 minus T1 equals 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour less. Therefore, what is T2? 132 divided by x plus 11. T2 minus, no, just a moment. The difference is 1 over. Which is bigger number? The denominator which is having more is the smaller number. Here 10, here 21. So 10 is greater number, denominator more is smaller number. So T1 minus T2 equals 1. 132 by x minus 132 by x plus 11 equals 1. LCM. Solving this one. One 32x plus another like what there 1442 minus 132x the whole divided by x square plus 11x equals to 1. This will cancel. 1442 equals x square plus 11x. Therefore, x square plus 11x minus 1442 equals 0 should be your equation. Let me check this one. Just a moment, a small correction. It is 14. Let me check it. 132 into 11. 1452. Please make it 1452. So this is 1452. So I think you can solve this one by using quadratic formula, and you'll get the values. Speed also probably you may get the values, two values here. One is negative, one is positive. If you get negative speed, discard it. If you get a positive speed, accept it. Okay, please solve yourself. Last sum, let us look at sum of the areas of two squares is 468 square meter. If the difference of their perimeters is 24 meter, find the side of the two squares. See, the difference in their perimeters is 24 meter. Definitely, the sum of areas of two squares is this is. Sum of areas of two squares is this one. If the difference of their perimeters is 24, see, difference can never be negative, and therefore, one of the squares should be considered to be a bigger square than the other one. Fine, let's solve this. Yeah, let us solve this problem. 11th one. See, let me consider one square which is larger square. Side of the larger square be x and side of the smaller square be y. So understood? Area here is x square, area here is y square, perimeter is 4x here, perimeter is 4y here. Now, sum of areas of two squares is 468 according to question. X square plus y square equals 468. Therefore, y square equals 468 minus x square. Mark this 1. Also, according to question, the difference of the perimeters is 24 meter. So 4x minus 4y. According to question, difference in perimeter equals 24 meter. Difference in perimeter, which is greater here? 4x. 24. So x minus y equals 6 here. Is it right? So from here, y equals x minus 6. This is 2 here. Substitute the value of y in 1. I get the in terms of x square. So substitute 2 in 1. 2 in 1. So what is y square? X minus 6. The whole square equals 468 minus x square. 468 minus x square. So x square plus 36 minus 12x equals 468 minus x square. So bring this side everything. X square plus 36 minus 12x minus 468 plus x square equals 0. So 2x square minus 12x minus 468 and 36. 432. 432 equals 0. This you can solve it. You can simplify also, or you can keep it as it is, solve it, or you can simplify it, which is nothing but x square minus 6x minus 0, which equals 0. Work using quadratic formula, or you want me to solve this one? Solve this one yourself by using quadratic formula. See, around 6-7 numericals I have formed the quadratic equations. Use the quadratic formula and solve it. Whenever you get the negative values, be careful, especially speeds and dimensions of these squares and all cannot be negative over here. Only positive values need to be accepted. Even for integer, even for positive integers and all, the number related problems you have to accept only the positive values, and negative values should be discarded. Yeah, in my next session, I'll take a few more questions from your textbook as well as from R.D. Sharma, and probably the next lecture will be the end of quadratic equations. Okay, fine then. Till then, see you in the next lecture.